Hi everyone, I'm Wendy and I'm an ambassador with Medtronic's Bladder Implant. And I probably have talked to some of you on the phone, just giving a little bit of advice and kind of sharing my story with you. Um, but there's a lot of questions out there as what it's like during the trial, what it's like if you actually get the implant. So I'm just going to kind of briefly walk you through it a little bit. My situation was having bladder spasms, which got worse over time, no medications. I had the bladder slim or the bladder sling put in. I did botox injections, and this was probably over the last 25 years. So I got to the point where back in 2020, I had no control on my bladder. I was in depends. I was going 54 times in a 24-hour period. I know I spent a lot of time in the bathroom, but it was just something that I couldn't prevent. So I was really desperate to find someone out there that could actually help me, and I did find a doctor where I'm located. Um, he said we're going to do the trial first, and that morning when I went in to do the trial, I was going still 54 times in a 24-hour period. Went in for the trial, and they don't put you out completely. You're supposed to kind of be awake, but you're not going to feel anything. It's kind of like an epidural, I guess, if you've had a baby, but you're able to walk right after this is done. So I can't tell you what it was like because it knocked me out. That's just how I am. So when I did come to, um, I had the wires on the outside of me. I had a lot of tape around me where the wires weren't exposed. And then I had the battery on the outside. So I also took my husband with me, which you have to take somebody with you when you're going to get this process done. So take somebody with you that really knows how to work a phone, understands technology, because it is a little difficult if you're trying to learn what you're going to do when you go home and they're in there prepping you, getting ready to go into the OR. So take somebody that can actually learn it, ask questions, and then share that information with you when you get home. So what they do is send you home for I was on a 7 day trial. Some people are on 5 days. I've talked to someone not too long ago that's on it for 3 weeks. However, during this trial, that is your time to see if it's going to work for you. And what I mean by that is, yes, someone is going to call you every day, ask you what your numbers are, how you're feeling. They want to know how many times you went to the bathroom. They want to know if it's working. Do you feel like you're 50% better, 10% better? So a lot of you will ask for a callback. I can tell you right now, you're not going to get a callback because they are not going to get that information to the right person. So, what you need to do while you're in there getting prepped and ready to actually go in for the trial, okay? And this is also important when you actually get the implant put in. Get your Medtronics Rep's phone number, get their name, start a relationship with them. Say, can I call you if I have any questions? Their answer should be yes, that's why I'm here. Please call me if you have any issues. So, with that being said, fast forward 7 days, they come and they want to take it out. Uh, some of you are lucky enough to have it all done in one day where they take the trial out and put the implant in. Unfortunately for me, I had to wait 2 weeks because they had to make sure it was going to work for me, and then they had to schedule in the OR. So when they did take it out, it was very painful. I'm not going to lie. I did pass out. My husband was in there with me. But once they started to pull the wire out, because they don't give you anything, you feel it, and it just felt like glass going down my spine or something. But it was the worst feeling ever. I've had 2 children. Of course, I've had epidurals, but I had a lot of contractions prior, and those hurt. This is much worse. So I recommend, if you're not getting the implant put in on the same day as the trial, taken out, ask if there's anything that you can take, an Ativan, Tylenol, anything to help relieve any pain that you might feel. Some people can tolerate it. I couldn't. I just started to get sweats, and I felt like I was going to pass out or explode, go to the bathroom or something, and I did. So with that being said, when you get the actual implant, you are going to do the same thing, but everything's going to be in the side of you now. So a lot of questions is, where's it going to be? So this is how I explain it to different ones, okay? So put your fingers in your belly button and go all the way around to the back of you. So see if you can see this. Let me adjust it. Okay, so right here is my battery. So it's not where I'm sitting down and feeling it. I'm not laying down and feeling it. It's right here. I feel it by touch, but you can't see it if you're in a bathing suit or anything like that. The other wire's down here. It's going down the sacrum nerve. So again, I don't feel it. I don't see it. Now, you're going to get sent home a case like this. It's for your phone. This is the phone that you're going to get. And a lot of you ask me, oh, do I have to carry that around with me the whole entire time? I did for 3 weeks. I never once had to get it out if I was going to the groceries. And getting back to why I got the implant is because I went from 54 times to 8 times a day. I was normal again. So this worked for me. It doesn't work for everybody, but it works for me. So they'll give you a phone to take home, and if I can work this phone. Okay. So I carried it around with me for 3 weeks. Never once did I get it out. So I'm like, I don't think I need to be carrying 2 phones with me. The only time I ever take this phone with me is if I know I'm not going to be spending the night somewhere. If we go on a trip or go to visit a family relative where we're spending the night, I will take it with me. So you'll get also an applicator that looks like this, and you'll turn it on. It's very thin, just kind of like the phone, okay? This all goes in that little case I showed you. So this will come up, find the device, okay? So I'm going to take this applicator and I'm going to just slightly let it touch my battery, okay? And once it touches, so I just got it kind of like back here on the battery. And this is what you'll see pop up, okay? So right now I'm set at 0.8. That works for me. I've talked to some people that said, well, I'm at 3.5, and and I'm like, well, I'd be shaking like a dog, because you do want to feel it when you make that adjustment, okay? So I'm just going to adjust it up to, I'll go 1.1. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like, 1.1. Right now I feel it stimulating. It doesn't hurt. I just know that my battery's still working. So I've had mine almost 5-6 years. My battery's probably going to last me maybe another year, but the ones you're going to get now are good for like 15-20 years. Be happy about that. I don't mind going in and having to get another one. Doesn't bother me one bit. So I'm going to leave it at that, and then I'm just going to turn off my phone, and I'm done. It also comes with the cords that you need to charge it. I recommend charging it. You don't have to charge it all the time if you don't have it turned on. I think I charge mine. I'll go in maybe every 3 months, honestly, and charge it. So if I can get it to turn off here. So I keep it mostly, like I said, at 0.8. Sometimes every 3 months I'll go in and, like what I just did, I put it at 1.1 just to kind of give me a little reset. And what I mean by that is just making sure one is working, which I already know it is, but I want to kind of go back to where I can still feel that stimulation. I won't feel it tomorrow. It doesn't hurt right now, and it's not uncomfortable. It's just I know it's working. So probably in 2 weeks I'll go in and put it back down to 0.8, which that's pretty much where I need to be at all times. So a lot of questions, how do I adjust it? Just like I showed you, it's very simple. But take somebody with you when you go to get the trial. Take somebody with you when you go and get the actual implant put in. Obviously, you're going to have someone drop you off and be there with you because you can't drive. Take them with you in the room. Let them meet the Medtronics rep. Have that Medtronics rep walk them through it, show them how to do it. Because again, you're already nervous, you don't know what's going to happen, you don't know if it's going to work. They're in there doing vital signs and everything. So take somebody, let them learn how to work it, and then they can show you when you get home. It's very simple. But that's why we're here, ambassadors. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I don't get paid for this. I do it because I really trust Medtronics. I'm so happy it works for me, and I know that there's many more out there that could benefit from this. And it's funny because I also talk to men on the phone and they're embarrassed. And first thing I tell them is that, hey, my husband went through prostate cancer. He had a hard time, controlling the bladder, but he worked through it and everything. So don't be embarrassed to talk to me about what you're going through. I know what you're going through. I was the one embarrassed. I didn't think I'd ever get my life back, but I have my life back. We're traveling, we're doing fun things. So it all goes back to trusting Medtronics, trusting your Medtronics rep. We're here for answering questions, help you walk through this journey because it does work. Again, you don't know if it's going to work or not unless you actually try it, adjust it through your trial. Because if it's adjusted through your trial and you feel like, yes, this is working for me, then you can go that next step and get your life back. Again, thank you for listening. I told a few patients that I would put this together because trying to talk to someone over the phone and, I'm talking to them and I'm showing them how to do this, but they're not seeing me. So, you know how you talk with your hands and everything. So I'll let this close out now, and I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope it works for you. Have a great day.